G'day everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of the Joey Wiggle Experience. We've got a very special guest with us today who has done performing all around Melbourne. But before we introduce him, I'd like to also welcome my co-host, as usual, Darby Travers. Welcome, Darby.
Hello, Joey. How are you going today? Great to see you, everyone.
Great to have you back, Darby, and great to have you all with us once again for another wonderful episode. So, our guest today is a young performer, a young rookie actor who has done some performances around Melbourne for the past couple of years, and you may also know him as a member of the Internet Squad, which make YouTube videos every year, including the annual Grand Final Chase. Please welcome to the podcast, Gabriel Harari. Welcome, Gabe.
Hi. Yeah, hi. It's good to be here.
It's wonderful to have you with us, Gabe. You
hmm
have been doing a lot of performances lately, and I noticed lately that you've been a part of the production of Shrek the Musical with the Stars and the Moon production alongside Noah.
That's correct.
So we might go back from the very beginning because I'm very interested to know about you and your performance history. So let's go back from the very beginning. So when do you think was the first time you took up performing? What was your earliest exposure to it?
Well, when I was in primary school, I did school concerts, but I thought it was fine. And then when I moved to high school, we did school productions, and it was so much fun. And then after I left high school, I didn't know what else to do, so I thought maybe I should find some theater companies.
And what was the first theatre company you were a part of after you finished high school?
Well, after I finished high school, I joined the Jewish community, Emunah Australia, and we did something called a Purim Spiel, where we take the story of Purim and we make it up and we sing parodies of different songs from different musicals and songs by different artists, and it's different every year, and it's always in March. And then I joined Stars and the Moon in 2021 because that's when it first started.
Now, Stars and the Moon. Actually, before I get to that, you were talking about parodies of different what was it, pop culture
Well,
references or
Well,
musicals
yeah,
or
well,
songs?
when we do the Purim spiel, this is what happens. So they find a musical and they change the name a bit to make it more Jewish because it's about the Jewish holiday of Purim, but each one is a different genre, but it's all comedy with parodies of different songs by different artists and from different musicals and stuff. Yeah.
That's very interesting. And have you ever what is your biggest dream? Is your dream to be a part of a original musical, or have you ever tried to? Have you ever done anything original?
Hmm. I'm kind of
Other than,
not
sorry,
sure.
I feel feels a little bit silly because I just asked you about. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry. So you have you ever dreamt about being a part of an original musical? What would you like it to be about?
Hmm. Like, what musical would I like to do?
Yeah, based on the ones that you've done in the past.
Well, if I was to do another musical, I would definitely love to do Mary Poppins because I've seen the musical. It's very good, and I would actually like to go with being Bert. Oh, and also I would like to do Aladdin because I actually do a good impression of the Robin Williams genie.
That'd be very exciting to see you do that. So let's move on to the Stars and Moon. So you said you joined back in 2021. Was that when Stars and Moon first started?
Correct.
Yeah, and we've heard we've heard all about it. So Stars and Moon, For those who don't know, it's a inclusical production, and actually, you can describe the rest because it's very interesting.
Okay, so Stars in the Moon is an all abilities theatre company that's based in Melbourne, and you actually get a partner when you're performing. And to explain more, so the person with the disability is going to be like the main actor, but the one who's on stage with you, that's your buddy who you're going to be working with as the character. So each person will get two, and it will be the same person playing the same character.
Yeah, that sounds really, a really great idea, Gabe. It's lovely to meet you in person, by the way. I think this is the first time we've spoken, and I'm really impressed with some of the work you're doing with Stars and the Moon. And we've seen on Instagram and various different platforms the advertisements for the Stars in the Moon and their recent production of Shrek. Yeah, it must have been a really great experience for you.
Yeah.
Did you have any highlight moments from your time in that production? What was the? Did you have any favorite scenes or favorite moments? What was the best part of being in Shrek the Musical?
Well, in the show, I was playing Lord Farquaad, which was amazing because I actually thought of the idea of auditioning for Farquaad because when I first heard it was Shrek, there weren't many roles to choose from, but I thought Farquaad would be really good because one, I'm not a fan of playing villains and I want to try and get out of my comfort zone. And two, he's short, just like I am, so that's the joke. A short person playing a short person.
Yeah, I think we've got a bit of a picture here. Talk us through this. What are the different characters in Shrek
Okay, so the different characters in Shrek,
or on the
there's
screen? Yeah.
yeah, so over here, the one who has like I think he's saluting, that one's Harry, another member of the internet squad, and the one doing the thumbs up,
On the
that's
far right, yeah.
yeah, that's Harry on the far right, and the one doing thumbs up, that's Gilbert, and then the other one wearing the hat, that's Lyndall, and she also went to high school with some of us, and behind her is Lily, and both Lyndall and Lily played Thelonious, and Harry was the captain of the guards.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Unreal. Yeah, I don't really know much about Shrek, but it sounds like a real. Well, obviously, I've seen some of the Shrek movies, but I've never seen the musical stage play adaptation.
Yeah,
But yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
sure is.
So with so because this was your recent one, Shrek the Musical, and it looked really fascinating. And I'm not gonna lie, it was incredible to see photos of you as Lord Farquaad because I felt like, man, that is impressive. Like the makeup and also the amount of production that goes into it is astounding, and it's really rare because it's like it's the first time that we've really seen something like this where it's a
Mhm.
show that has been double casted to give people with disabilities a chance to be a part of a performance, and it can be really hard because the industry can be, it's not that easy trying to get into musicals and productions, and it just seems like looking at Stars and the Moon, it's really a first of its kind in
Yeah,
Melbourne
well,
again.
yeah. In Stars and the
Yeah,
Moon, we get people with lots of different disabilities. We get people with Down syndrome. We get people who are handicapped. We get people who are blind. And whoever gets in, they are still so amazing.
it really is. I mean, just looking at the videos and just talking to Noah about it, it just sounds
Hmm.
really incredible and really inclusive.
Yeah.
It's really, and it makes me happy that there's something like that because we really need more of that in the world.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is a nice initiative, and yeah, as I said, I'm just really impressed with the work you're doing. Now, Gabe, I understand you're obviously a musical theatre fan, and
That's correct.
I have a bit of intel. Your one of your favorite productions is Wicked the Musical.
Yeah,
Tell us a
that's
little bit about that.
yeah, that's one of them. Like for I've heard of Wicked for a long time, and I've heard the songs before, but before I had to see the stage musical because I knew it was very popular for a long time, and after seeing clips of like the Broadway cast and stuff, I really wanted to see it myself.
Yeah.
And I just saw the recent cast last year, and it was so amazing. And I know Wicked started in Melbourne in 2008, and then after
Yeah.
that it left,
Yeah.
then came back to Melbourne in 2014, and then it came back last year for its third time. And
Yeah,
the
that's
cast
right.
during this show was very good.
Yeah, well, you know what, Gabe? I was lucky enough to see the original production of Wicked back in 2008 when I was a wee small lad. You had Amanda Harrison and Gemma Ricks also covering Elphaba as well. You
Well,
had
actually,
you had
actually,
yeah, Lucy
yeah,
Durack and Burt Newton and Rob Guest and
yeah.
so many superstar performers in the
Yeah, well,
2000.
Lucy Durack actually started in Wicked actually in 2014. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and Lucy came back in 2014, and then I think they've shown, yeah, I think twice since then, and most recently last year in 2024.
Yeah, and actually, for a true fact to tell you, in 2020, when Shrek the Musical started in Australia and performed at the Her Majesty's Theatre, Lucy Durack was actually Princess Fiona.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, because I saw the musical in Melbourne too, and I thought, by the way, it was really great to watch, and it was impressive to see. And also, it's one of those musicals where it's like it has so much more meaning when you watch it live compared to when you watch it on YouTube.
I never got to see it live, but I wish, but it was very close to lockdown, so I never
Yeah,
got
well,
the
it was
chance to
just
see
before
it.
lockdown too. Yeah, I saw it
Yeah,
literally like a week before we went into lockdown for
I
COVID.
see.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that was
sucked.
quite a
I,
time.
I thoroughly enjoyed last year's cast of Wicked. You had Sheridan Adams as Elphaba. You had Courtney Montsma as well, who some of
Yeah.
our viewers might know. She played, what was it, Princess something or other in Frozen the Musical.
Oh, she was Anna.
Yeah, Princess Anna. So Courtney
Yeah,
played
she was with Gemma Rinks, and then also Gemma Rinks returned to be Elphaba later. And what was
Yeah.
cool is that Courtney and Gemma got to work together again. And I remember one time when Wicked was in Melbourne and Gemma was performing, I saw on Courtney's story she did the joke where she knocked on Gemma's door and went, Elsa? Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
that
think
was
I,
the
I think I do remember that because one of the principal, I think Sheridan or Zoe or whoever it was maybe sick and couldn't go on that day, so they
yeah,
called in
correct.
Gemma Ricks at the last minute as an emergency cover,
Yeah.
and Gemma came on after so many years of not doing Wicked, and to come out on the stage and fly high and sing defying gravity and all the rest of it that
Uh-huh.
goes with putting on a big show like
Yeah,
Wicked. So
so when I saw the show, I had like the main cast, but I only had one understudy, which was Madame Memorable.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I was lucky
And
enough to
also
get
in yeah,
yeah,
in
and
the
I was
cast as well, there was also there was also the legendary Simon Burke as the Wizard as well. So I
yeah,
think the cast really know how to bring out the best of Australian
yeah,
entertainers at the same time.
because I know how it happened on how he got the role. So this is how it happened. So Todd McKenney was actually playing the wizard, but since he had to do the odd couple in Melbourne, they needed Simon to stay behind after Moulin Rouge because we know Simon was the ringleader, Harold in Moulin Rouge, and then they wanted him to stay in Melbourne just to do Wicked to take place of Todd while he's doing the odd couple.
Yeah, now that sounds about right. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, but I know Todd McKenney, I think, was the wizard in Sydney and perhaps in some other
Yeah,
states as well.
yeah, well, yeah,
But
he
then
only,
Simon
yeah,
Burke, yeah.
and Simon Burke was only doing Melbourne, and now since Wicked's in Singapore, Simon Burke is back to being the wizard for Singapore because Todd McKenney is doing Cats now.
Oh,
That's
okay.
crazy. Yeah, I heard he was doing Cats.
And Todd has two roles in Cats, which is Bustopher Jones and Gus the Theatre Cat.
I just looking at that picture there, you standing in Glinda's bubble in front of the media wall. I love that picture. You've got the Emerald City glasses. Hey, speaking of the Emerald City, do you have any favourite songs from Wicked the Musical, Gabe?
Yeah, I had lots. I kind of liked Defying Gravity, Seeing Sheridan Fly. I liked all the other songs. I liked Popular and
Popular, you
or
gotta be popular. That's a good one, isn't it?
I thought Courtney was very funny, and also I've got my Emerald City Sunnies right here.
Oh,
Oh, there
wow.
they are.
There you go.
Yeah. One short day in the Emerald
Emerald
City.
City. Yep.
Hey, good work. Yeah, now that is one of my favourite scenes as well. I love One Short Day. And also, No One Mourns the Wicked, No One Mourns the Wicked. Good news. There's so many great
I think
tunes
the
in
most
Wicked.
underrated song from the musical too, in
Yeah.
my opinion, is as long as you're mine.
Hmm.
I think that
Yeah.
one, just the duet between Elphaba and Viero. I think
Hmm.
that's astounding because then you get to see the most that you get to see the best of them, and it's like I won't give any spoilers for those who haven't. Well, actually, I don't know. It's been 20 years. I'm sure we've all seen it at this point, but for me personally, I've I've only seen the musical once, and it was actually only a year ago, and it was
Hmm.
just before the movie came out because I wanted to make sure I saw the musical before the movie because if I saw the movie first, my judgment would be completely based on the movie, and that's not what I wanted.
Yeah. The movie was amazing, but people are getting very excited now because the second Wicked, as in the Act 2 version of the movie,
Yeah.
is coming to theaters soon, which is Wicked for Good.
Oh God, I can't wait
Yeah,
for that.
and they've recently
Yeah.
released some of the trailers previewing part two of the Wicked movie, and it looks really, really incredible.
Yeah, and what's cool is that Stephen Schwartz, who did the writing for the music of Wicked, he actually wrote two new songs for the second movie.
Oh, wow.
Ah, really?
And if
Yeah,
any of our viewers here have seen Wicked Part 1, you might have noticed in the One Short Day scene that Gabe was just singing before, at the very end of the scene, the wizard will see you now. Stephen Schwartz, the composer of Wicked, makes a bit of a cameo as the guard who, the wizard will see you now.
yeah,
Da 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 da
yeah.
da. Boom.
He was actually very good. Like before I even saw Wicked, I did see a Stephen Schwartz movie before, which was The Prince of Egypt, and that was like one of my favorite DreamWorks movies, and it actually won an Academy Award for Best Song.
Well, my favorite musical of by Stephen Schwartz is Pippin. I know he's done Pippin, and I've got some favorite songs from there, including Corner of the Sky. I love that song.
Yeah, and yeah, so the reason why I said the Prince of Egypt, it's because it actually tells the story of the Jewish holiday of Passover, where Moses saved the Jews from Egypt.
Oh yeah, that's the DreamWorks movie. That
Yep,
one. Yeah.
yeah, so that's the story told of the Jewish holiday of Passover.
Yeah, it's funny because I've never actually seen the entire movie. I've seen maybe a clip of it, but it was one of those movies that I kind of wish I grew up watching, but I don't know if I.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the cast from The Prince of Egypt is very good. Like, do you want me to tell you some of the cast in the movie?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to tell some of the cast who were in the movie?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
yeah, so in The Prince of Egypt, the actors, so the voice of Moses was played by actor Val Kilmer. You might know him
Oh,
from
great
Top
actor.
Gun and
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne in Batman Forever. So he was the voice of Moses, and Ramesses was voiced by Ralph Fiennes, aka Lord Voldemort.
Oh yeah.
And
Right.
yeah, and then the Pharaoh before Ramesses, that was played by Patrick Stewart.
Ah.
Then Moses' sister, and then Moses' sister Miriam was played by Sandra Bullock. Because the reason why I said Moses' sister, it's because she was the one in the beginning of the movie and watched Moses go to Egypt in the basket when he was just a baby, and then then Moses' brother Aaron, who was also in the beginning of the movie, he was voiced by Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
and AKA the wizard from the Wicked movie.
Gun the Wicked movie. That's right.
hmm
Yeah.
And then and then Sephora, the one who fell in love with Moses and who Moses helped escape. She was played by Michelle Pfeiffer, aka Catwoman, and also Velma in the Hairspray movie from 2006. And Sephora's father was played by Danny Glover.
Boy, oh boy, you, my friend Gabe, are a wealth of musical theatre knowledge. And living in, I understand, do you live in Melbourne? Is that right? You live here in Melbourne?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do live in Melbourne.
Well, there you go. You've got a front row seat to some of the blockbuster musical productions like Wicked that we had, last year. We get some really,
Yeah.
really great shows in Melbourne, and yeah, it's really great.
Sure
You
do.
get to, go along and see all of these shows. And you've just mentioned some of the other shows you love, Moulin Rouge,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
on.
I saw the Moulin Rouge movie, but I didn't really see the stage musical.
Ah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
just yeah, so I'm just curious because you have been involved in various musicals. So I know while Shrek is your latest one and it's very exciting to see you play Lord Farquaad,
yeah.
could you tell us what your previous roles are? What was the first role you
Oh,
did at
yeah.
Stars in the Moon?
So I've been doing Stars in the Moon ever since it first started till now, and the first thing we did was Seussical, where I was the mayor of Whoville, and what we did a showcase in Chapel Street because of lockdowns and stuff, and we couldn't do a big theater, so we just did a showcase singing songs from Seussical. And then in 2022, we started going back into theaters, and our first show was at the Alexander Theatre Monash, which was the SpongeBob musical, and I was playing SpongeBob himself.
Ah,
And yep, it was amazing. And then in 2023, we did School of Rock, and I was Ned Schneebly, as in the real Ned Schneebly, not Dewey Finn.
yeah.
And then that was at the National Theatre in St Kilda. And then last year we went back to the Alexander Theatre and we did the Addams Family, where I played Gomez.
So you've had a front row seat to really like the major productions of Stars in the Moon. So I guess it's safe to say that you're one of their maybe not I wouldn't say best, because I think everyone's equally
Yeah.
doing their best, but I think you
Mhm.
are by far one of the top performers at the company.
Yeah, and
Based on these roles.
as you saw in the photos of me as Lord Farquaad, you saw me without my glasses. The reason why, it's because, so during my other shows, I've always worn my glasses, but I've known a lot of professional performers who would wear glasses in their daily lives. They would have to wear contacts if they have to be a character who doesn't wear glasses. So I wanted to try doing that. So I decided to try doing contacts, and they worked really well. And Shrek was my first show wearing contacts and doing a show without my glasses. So now when I do Stars in the Moon, I can just stick with my contacts.
That's very interesting because it's quite a role too. I mean, playing a character like Lord Farquaad, I mean, it looks fun, but it's also at the same time, you know, he's kind of how should I describe him? He's a very he's evil in the movie. He's
Yeah,
evil, but he's
but
got such a comedic side to him, and it can be,
yeah, he's
and that
more.
must, and I've seen the musical too, so it's kind of
Yeah,
a really comedic role.
yeah, it's more comedy in the musical than the movie. In the movie, he's more funny and stuff. Like this was my Farquaad in the show I did. Thelonious, I'm ready. Bring in the cookie. Oh, it's disgusting! Guards, get them out of my sight! All this hocus pocus alters nothing. This marriage is binding, and that makes me king. See? And as
How
for
good is
you, my
that?
wife, I'll have you locked up in that tower for the rest of your days. So that was a sneak peek of some of my lines.
Hey, that was
That was
Logie
really
Award winning.
good.
How good was that? That was
That was
brilliant, ladies and
wonderful.
gentlemen. Round of applause for Gabe Wiggle. That was unreal.
That was
Yeah,
brilliant, Gabe. Oh, I can see
thank you.
why he got cast. That was
Yeah,
great.
you're very, very talented, and I can see your passion for musical theatre shining through, my friend, so keep up the great work. Now, this is the Joey
Thank you.
Wiggle experience, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, Gabe, of course, we got to talk about the Wiggles, my friend. You're a big, big fan?
Yes, I sure am.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Talk
and
us through your love for the Wiggles. Where did that come from?
yeah, well, I've liked the Wiggles ever since I was younger, and then like when the new Wiggles started, I wasn't really a big fan, but I was mostly a fan of the OGs,
Same.
like Greg, Murray, Anthony, and Sam,
Yeah.
and yeah, but yeah, but I've had met some of the OGs before. Like I've met Murray when he was with his band, the Soul Movers.
Yeah.
I met Anthony last year when he was with his folk group, the Unusual Commoners, when they were in Melbourne, and from that I met Anthony, Sahai, Dominic Field, Evie, yeah, and I also recently met Greg when I saw Annie.
Yeah, there's an image right there.
Yeah, and yeah, and yeah, and
In
when I
in Melbourne, yeah.
yeah, and when I met Greg, I actually showed him a magic trick because I'm like the magician in the family. I do a bit of magic, and I did one of his tricks he did in season 2, which was the disappearing ball trick. You want to see?
Yeah. Let's see the
Yeah,
swimming pool trick.
yeah, I do have it. Oh, whoops! It's in my pocket. It's right here. Hang on.
I tell you
Yeah,
what, folks, this is a very entertaining podcast tonight. We're having a good time,
yeah,
aren't we, Gabe? Joey?
yeah.
Terrific
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah,
Magic
we
tricks,
sure am.
singing songs, doing
So,
acting,
yeah,
dialogues.
so okay, so watch carefully at the little red ball and watch me make it disappear. Now you see it. Now you don't.
That was great.
You should be the next. You could be the next Magic Greg. Remember the
Yeah,
old Magic
totally.
Greg?
Magic
Yeah,
Gabe.
Yeah,
Magic Gabe.
like,
Magic Gabe.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, so in the Internet Squad, Magic is actually my personality on the channel, but we've never done Magic sketches yet.
That's interesting that you bring up the internet squad because I'm also curious, how did that come along? You know, how did it all start? You know, how did you guys all meet? You know, because it seems like
Yeah,
a
so
pretty popular
I've
channel too.
yeah, so I've met Lachlan and Harry from high school, and Noah I met from Lachlan because when we left high school, um, Harry and I we went to Melbourne. We went to Holmes Glen, and then Lachlan was at Melbourne Polytechnic, and that's where Noah was. Lachlan met Noah at Melbourne Polytechnic, and then I met Noah from Lachlan.
Yeah, and it was by getting to know you by Noah because Noah, I think that's how I found out about the internet squad. I think it was through
Hmm.
Noah. So, and
Yeah.
I think ever since then I've been trying to get you guys to collab with me and any
Yeah.
opportunity. Even the fan dubs, like I've been trying to, I've been persisting on getting you guys involved in the fan dubs, which
Yeah.
with Noah, I've collaborated with him. He's one of the co-producers of the Space Dancing fan dub, and
Yeah, because he did the remixes and stuff.
yeah, exactly. And
Now,
I've also got you. I had you cast as the as an audience member at the King Mondo show, and
Yeah,
if you guys
I
wondering, you can
said,
do the line.
you guys are awesome. Yeah.
hey, Gabe. I don't really know much about the Internet Squad. Could you maybe tell me and no doubt some of our listeners who might not be familiar what's the Internet Squad all about?
Yeah. Oh, just give me a minute. I'm gonna take off my jumper because it's pretty hot. So I'm
It
sorry
is pretty
about
warm,
this.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
Okay.
okay.
So about the Internet Squad. So we do lots of different things. Like we do sketches, gaming videos, vlogs, and so on.
yeah. I've seen some of the videos you guys have done. So the most iconic one I think I've seen from you guys that you've done annually, I think at least for the last 3-4 years, is the annual grand final chase. So
Yeah,
tell me
that
the
is
planning on
correct.
that. So yeah, so what's the planning that goes into that? How many scarves and jumpers do you guys get?
Yeah, so my first grand final chase was in the second grand final chase, so that was my first time doing it. But in the first one it was just Noah, Lachlan, and Harry. And then when we did the one last year, Harry was in Phuket, so we had to chase Lachlan instead of Harry because every year we have to chase Harry, and we had to make a joke. So Harry had to make a joke saying he's actually on holiday, but he actually was on a holiday, and Lachlan thought that he was scared to get chased, but he wasn't hiding. He was actually on holiday in Phuket, and then so we had to chase Lachlan because it was myself, Lucy, and Lachlan. So Lucy and I came up with the idea of chasing Lachlan in the sketch, and then the recent grand final chase, which we did last week. That was myself, Lachlan, Harry, and Noah. So it was like the boys. And if you would have seen the other grand
Boys,
fight,
yeah.
yeah,
I've
and if
seen it.
you would. Yeah, and if you have seen the recent grand final chase that we did, we even had some big time rush effects, and also you recognize the music we had in the background while we were chasing Harry.
Yeah, I think this big rush thing is hilarious. I mean, I think ever since Noah started using him on his content, I think it's really started to bring out I don't know, the Nickelodeon vibes. It's
Yeah,
just
totally.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah. So with the fan dubs as well, I think what's interesting too is that while you have played a small role in my first fan dub, I mean the second
correct.
one, which was the Space Station dub, I think what's going to surprise most people is that now you've been promoted to a slightly higher role, but actually a
Hmm.
more iconic role, because for those overseas who don't know the other fan dubs that I do, there's one that I started recently called the Hooly Doolies, which is basically like some people are going to call them like rip-offs of the Wiggles, but I just think they're just talented. They're just
Yeah,
talented individuals.
yeah, I loved the Hooly Doolies when I was younger.
Yeah, and I think most people will be surprised to know that you happen to be the voice of the muscly kangaroo Russell.
Yeah. G'day, I'm Russell.
G'day, Russell.
Hmm. Hey, do you want to play a game? You all need to stand up and do what I do.
Oh my god, you are so talented, Gabe. I know one song. My name is Russell the Kangaroo. I live in the backyard of number 22. I love that one. That's so
Yeah,
good.
that was when they did their pop release.
Yeah, now that's a
Yeah.
good song. Yeah, that actually I think the pop album from the Holy Doolies was yeah one of my all time faves.
and Pop was actually the one who won. Pop was actually the
Yep.
album that got the ARIA award because the Wiggles weren't doing an album that year.
Yeah. Now they were too busy touring America. They were the ones going international.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting because I think the Hooley Doolies deserve, because I whether or not they were ripoffs, it's like who cares? Like they were unique in their own way. Like I loved that they were all musicians too. They all played musical instruments. You can tell they were very talented men,
Hmm.
and the performers as well. And that's what I really loved about it. And it's also I feel like it's part of a time capsule for those who are in the part of the Gen Z generation. So that's
Hmm.
why I feel like it's really important to kind of keep their spirit alive. And hopefully one day we get members of the Hooly Doolies on the podcast. It'd be quite an episode if we did
Yeah,
get one of them.
totally.
Yeah, because it would be because it's hard to find them on social media. I mean, it's crazy. It's like they've dropped off completely. You just can't
Hmm.
find them.
Yeah,
And I think everyone's been trying to find them. It's like, where are they? They're gone.
yeah, but but the only ones who appeared recently so far was Bruce and Antoine when they sang the song in lockdown, singing all together.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they did. Yeah, I think that's the most recent one, and I think that's the closest reunion we'll probably get.
Yeah, and we never got to see future David.
Yeah, no, actually, there is a few photos. I think he's right. I think he was doing a bike riding event. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was for a
I never
fundraiser.
seen yeah, I never saw future David before. I've seen future Antoine and Bruce, but I never saw future David.
Yeah, it's strange because it's like because you wonder where they've been. Like it's like we see the Wiggles on social media, but you can't find any of
Yeah.
the Hooly Doolies. It's really strange.
Yeah, and I've been thinking for a long time, like when the Hooly Doolies started, like when they had the change in 2001 to the different outfits, but the same logos and
Mm.
different costumes for Russell and Tickle, when they did it, I, wa- I wonder why they switched the actor who played Russell in 2001. Why did they switch the one from the original?
I feel like because the one who played the original Russell, I might be wrong, but I wanted to do my own research. But the guy who played the original Russell, his name was Murray Bartlett, and
Yeah.
I looked at his Wikipedia page and his IMDb,
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff. He's taken off in his career. I don't know if it's the same
Oh,
Murray, but it seems like he's a legitimate Hollywood actor now. So I'm
wow.
not sure. I'm not sure if this is the same Murray, but it seems pretty similar. I mean, I was just trying to listen to the voice, and I think because I
Hmm.
think he appeared on the Ferals as well. Because I was looking through the Ferals, and
Yeah.
I think he was on that program as well. But yeah, the one who replaced him was actually from his name was Mel Heap, and he was also on the Ferals. He was the voice of you know the cat Magdalena the cat, the one who also appeared in Creature Features.
Oh, Mori.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That
Did
that
you
that's who
know?
replaced Russell. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you know for a fact, Mori and Mixie, the two ferals, they were actually on display at Acme in Fed Square.
Yeah, I saw them at Acme. Yeah, Mixie
Hmm.
became a star in her own way too. She was the host of the ABC for Kids block
Yeah, and then
during the
that so Mixie was like the OG Giggle and Hoot before Giggle and Hoot started,
yeah.
and
She's
then yeah, and then
exactly. She's the OG.
yeah, and when when Giggle and Hoot stopped, Jimmy Rees, who is Jimmy Giggle, Jimmy Rees, he started doing stuff on his YouTube channel, which was like adult stuff, which was like really funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You
It's
know what?
you
I think
yeah.
I've seen some of Jimmy's videos, and he's mocking like Aussie, I don't know how to explain it, but he's got some really funny videos up on his Instagram
Yeah,
page.
yeah, like I like when he plays the guy who decides stuff. Jason! No, Jason! Shut up, Jason!
Oh my god, you are so funny, Gabe.
Yeah, and
That's hilarious.
I also loved the pass the test videos when they had to pass the test to go to certain places.
Have you got any more acting?
In the future, yeah. I don't know how
Well,
much longer we've got, but before we wrap up, could you please tell us what you're doing and what's coming up?
yeah, so at the moment, I'm planning on doing Stars and the Moon's Showcase for this year because Showcase was a program that started like last year, and like last year you could just sign up to do it, but this year you have to audition to do it. I just hope I get in. But so each showcase has a different theme. So for last year's, for the first showcase, the theme was movie musicals. So that's when we sang songs from musical movies, and I sang with Harry I Want to Be a Producer from the Producers. And also during the showcase, that's when they started announcing Shrek. And then now if I get in the show this year, I might find out what the show is for next year.
Well, we can't wait to find out, and we'll make sure we stay up to date. If you're part of any production, we'll be glad to have you back on to promote it. So anyway, we're going to wrap things up there. It's actually getting pretty hot. It's surprisingly warm in Melbourne at the moment for those
Yeah, it sure
listening
is.
and wondering why. It's a pretty warm day. I mean, it's actually starting to, because we pretty much hit spring now, and we're pretty much getting some 20-degree weather again, which is quite warm for those listening overseas. So it's quite it's wonderful to get some sunny weather again, and hopefully it stays like that. But anyways, thank you so much to everyone listening to the podcast. Thank you so much to Gabe. We're so happy to have you on, and it's such a privilege. You are quite an entertaining person. Thank you
Yeah,
so much
thank
for
you.
taking the time to be a part of the show and to talk about your experience, the Internet Squad, Stars and the Moon, Lord Farquaad, Wicked, Shrek the Musical, etc. Everything.
Yeah,
I feel like we've covered a lot of ground if you think about it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's been really good.
yes,
It's been really good getting to know you today, Gabe, and I'm
yeah,
really, as I said, really impressed with what you're doing, and I look forward to your next production. You
yeah,
might do another
thank you.
Stars in the Moon production or whatever you've got coming up in the future. I wish you all the best, and thanks so much
Yep.
for coming on and spending the time with Joey and myself today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good on you,
Thank you.
Gabe. Now I
Good
think
on you,
that's just about a wrap, Joey, for today's episode.
Yeah, it sure is. So for everyone who's listening, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I'm also on Amazon and iHeartRadio, etc. You can find the links in the description below. But hope to see you guys next week, and thank you so much for taking the time, Gabe. Sorry, that was a bit of a mix-up on my words.
It's
there.
okay.
Thank you so much for taking the time, Gabe, to chat with us
It's
and to
okay.
explain what you're doing. And we hope to have you back on soon when you're promoting a new show, production with Stars and the Moon, or
Cool.
whatever the Internet Squad's doing. I'm more than happy to have you back on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good on you,
guys,
Gabe.
thank you guys
Yeah.
so much for listening, and be sure to
Well,
take care of yourselves.
Yeah, and as the Wiggles always said, Zia!
And keep
See
on
ya!
wiggling, big
And
big
keep
round
on
of
wiggling.
Yeah,
wiggles,
keep wiggling.
fingers. Yeah, that's it. Good on you guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
See you
Okay.
guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.